New Zealand is a good place for people living with HIV to come into. Free health system for everybody who lives with HIV who comes into the country.
In New Zealand, the rules changed 2021. HIV used to be considered a high cost burden, and so it would affect your visa status.
We were very pleased when, after lobbying from the sector and the community, that HIV was removed from that list of conditions. And so people living with HIV now are considered on their merits along with other applicants.
So what will happen now is they'll do an HIV test to see when you apply, when you do your medical, they'll do an HIV test just to see what your status is. They'll look at whether you're undetectable, and then they'll look at your overall health and what that health burden might be on the economy.
In regards to bringing medication before coming into New Zealand, it is recommended to take with you 3 months of medication supply.
If they don't ask, then you don't need to tell them about it. So it's all part of your medical. In terms of employment, if your employer asks about your HIV status, HIV is protected. You can't be discriminated based on your HIV status. It's really none of their business. It doesn't affect your ability to do the job.
Traveling overseas and being HIV positive, pretty much you can have different experiences depending what destination you have chosen to go to.
So in terms of if you're traveling and you're HIV positive, health insurance is kind of, they're there to make money. So some will either include it as a pre-existing condition, so they won't cover your HIV. Others will include it as a covered condition, but they might bump your premiums effectively. So you just, when you're looking at the policy, work out what you need. And then it could be a condition of if something actually happens to you when you're overseas, can they tie it back to the HIV or not?
There are certain countries that pretty much they have no restrictions, where other countries they have tough restrictions. Even for the fact that you are HIV positive, you're not allowed to travel into that country.
New Zealand is a great country to travel to, and I'd encourage anyone, whether they have HIV or not, to visit. And I'd like to reassure people with HIV infection that if they do require health care, that will be available to them, just as it is to anyone else in New Zealand.